Okay, okay. Ooh, nice. I like that frame. That's a nice frame. Did I not? Did I not call that? I like that frame. That's a nice frame. Okay, we're going. We're going. I think it sounds like a pretty fair trade at the moment. Yep. Yeah. So it was 50% stone. Did you say 50, half the gems and was it? Did you say 40% of the gold or was that something? I wrote. Yeah. And the tax, we pay half of the tax out of our share of profits. Yeah. But we'll leave that up to the treasurer because I'm not intelligent enough to be able to work out 15% of a profit, so I'm leaving that up to the paladin. What is this spell Excel you speak of? It's like an abacus, but it does it automatically. They'll leave a message with Mortom, or whatever his name is. I think he's on the wrong tab. Is he? Or is he on this one? What was that? What was that doing? And collapsed. Yeah. Yeah. Well, your ship apparently landed because you're not on one anymore. C- Come in and sit down. I I walk her over to this table and sit her down and call to Mortom and Elric to get her a drink of water or something. I would imagine we can make arrangements for that. Yeah, I figured as much. Or having that that yeah, but that doesn't help them give information if they're still unconscious. Probably just picks her up one-handed and just do 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 do. I mean, he looks like a freaking huge man. Why are there two Balthazars? Of the thing that happened 10 seconds ago. That is a very strange shaped axe that can do that. Roger. Is that your brother's name? Uh, ah. Well, we've got a week to where they sent message to us to say that they had set up the scouts at the forest if we wanted to go join them. Wouldn't be a bad idea, considering demigod potential end of world, you know, cults, never a good thing. I heard of this I heard of this new place set up. It's called Classic WoW. Maybe we go there and do some stuff for a bit. Nope. No, I'm good. Nice and not stormy. It's okay. He needs something to use as target practice. He just played a game of fetch with himself, the normal thing that you do. All right, so do we like. You mean that one random chain? It's okay. Richland's small enough to fit in a chest. Just drag that along with us. So, do we like the idea of going to the forest to sneak out this cult's doings again? You can be whoever you want to be out there. So, so, so can we like lock him outside or something? Jesus Christ, Christine, how much pizza did you get? How many pizzas did you get? All right. Autobots, roll out. Yeah. The Coalesco Forest or whatever it was called. What? In a vineyard. Do, do we wait for him or do we just keep going? Okay. Do snake things. I mean, you saw that picture. Do you think you'd be able to find anything on that monstrosity? Are you still at the vineyard? Because we left. Okay, bye. Have fun. What a champ. So we just start making our way towards him, yeah? Yeah. Hey, that map was pretty impressive. The guy from the castle that on Din and my first one, we went to his. We took a package to his wife's place and then went into the forest. Hey, members. And we immediately we immediately take a left turn. It's like, didn't see that. No, no, just like walk up to him. It's like, hey, Tobias, long time no see. Great. How how's the wife? How's the kids? Oh, oh, well. Did you say snake or steak? No, probably not. Yeah. Yep, because that's inspirational. So have we. There's a difference. I mean, we're still on the lazy IN page. No, no, we are still looking at the bar. Oh no, it's just as you saw him, just like, did he transition? I I thought he transitioned. I was confused. Sorry, Tobias. What's the situation looking like? Have you sent any scouts in to assess any situations? Have they have they reported any strange happenings? Yes, I've heard that's quite the problem. Be careful of that. It might be a panther. They tend to drop on people. Yes. Also beware, there might also be a bear up there. I've heard they're quite terrifying when they drop. Yes, drop bears. But first, we would have to find their lair. Do we have any other plans? Yes, it's right. It's right in his scripture. It says, blah blah blah. How about instead of killing, how about instead of killing, more banishing? I would much prefer it not be in the current place it is. Like maybe some form of exorcism and banishment would be great. Do we, in saying that, from where we're standing, is the northwest just the entire forest? Like, if he pointed northwest, is he just like pointing in a specific direction, or is he just pointing at forest? Yeah. So Yeah, yeah. No, I know where we are on the map. I was just wondering if it was like if he was actually trying to point out a specific direction, or if it was just like they're in the forest. Go. Yes, that is why I'm not 100% confident in his directions. Again, in his defense, he did send us to the place we needed to go before. So, Tobias, have did you get any good information out of Clef? Felix? Felix. Ah. Well, if we are to go in a forest, I suppose Din should be on point. Well, we could potentially hit up both. I definitely suggest going the closer one first. He's never been there. So it's just a sketch of trees, and a house. Right, lads, we've got our headings. Correct. To find leads on the cult. Yes, excellent. Tobias, do you have any provisions that we could have? Excellent. That means you have some. Coming from you, that means very little, Hector. Sorry, say that again. I don't think so. Do you have any spare armor? No, I don't. Ah, well, that's understandable. They don't know it's a credible threat, so they're putting the least amount of effort in they can. That too. Ah, well, hopefully we can alleviate that. All right, Din, and nobody gets on the snake. Probably you would. So, for two people, probably not a dragonborn wearing heavy armor. So, Din, let's go hunt us a city. To the north, my lord. Well, Richland, we're not at the bar. We're actually at the forest. The tree comes alive and eats you. Character development. Yeah. So I take it we enter the as we enter the forest and Hector's drawing good luck charms. We head northwest to try to find a supposedly hidden elf village. Survival. Yes, there is. Din's a half elf. I cast Mask of Many Faces and transform myself into an elf. And we will be polite when we enter. Also, why initiative? And oh, you're not leading the way. And apparently neither is Din. can can we give him advantage via help? Is it your favorite terrain? Well, survival is wisdom. So you double your proficiency for that, so that would make it 10. Yes. So that roll plus another 2. Unless it already unless it already that's his wisdom modifier plus proficiency, I'm guessing. I'm guessing Din at the front, I'm behind Din. Well, you've got big knife-shaped ears, so I'm sure they pick up all the sounds. Well, if Hector's in the middle, we could make it look like we're escorting him. I mean, if you're not looking like somebody that has been captured, that shouldn't be a problem. Oh, that's right. The trees also shift, don't they? My mother always told me I should never trust an oak tree. Follow me, I know the way. Yeah, something unnatural and magical about the forest. It's like a metallic taste in the back of the mouth. We basically walk into the forest, everybody like scrunches up their face, except for Rishlin, who notices nothing. I've been here before. Trees, why is it always trees? Take rotating watches. Well, no, we'd take rotating shifts on watch. What does right? Like, like as in, is there moonlight illuminating it? We don't know. Yeah, except for Richland. Yo. All right. Well, how how about Din and I take the first watch, Thorag and Balthazar take the second one, and Hector and Rishlin take the last one. Balthazar and Rishlin. That is why they take shifts with somebody that does have dark vision. Say that again. They can fight. It just makes it slightly harder for them. I hear drum beats. It's in dim light though, dude. I don't know. I'm pretty blind. Yup, yup. Yup. Alrighty. Skills. Perception. That's a 20 for me on perception. Um, I don't say anything, but I signal to Din in the direction of where I see the shadows. Does to like point them out to him? Yeah. Um. Well, in that case, I whisper to him. It's like, I think they've been following us since we've entered the forest. That was either a bear or a really big owl. When we switched shifts with the next lot, I mentioned to them about the shadows that I saw. So instead of Thorag rolling one and him rolling a disadvantage, he gives Thorag disadvantage advantage. Is what? Yeah. Balthazar disadvantage. Yep. Did Thorag even roll? Yeah, he rolled. He rolled twice because he forgot to roll at disadvantage. Click your token again. Yeah, click your token again. No, just like click off, clicking back on him. It might have been saved over from the last page. You can believe your eyes of 6 million fireflies. Yes. Rishlin with the perception flex. Rishlin doesn't. He still rolled better. I don't care. He 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 draws it like one of his French girls. Fucking Panthers again. I missed a little bit of it, but I'm guessing it was just we slept, we rested, we're hungry. Yeah. Uh, I mean, you should have like rations and stuff like that on you. So if that's the case and we're hungry, I'm going to eat one of my rations. I had 10 of them from the start of the game. Bar food. I'm sure I paid more than that to feed me. Damn. I looked at Din. He's like, "Do you reckon I could eat this and not die?" I'm gonna go with Thorag. Uh, he, I guess. Oh, goody. Yeah, can I? All right, never mind then. I guess. Yeah, but the fact is, it's rotten already. But is currently being corrupted by Skux. So, Din Thorag, shall we hunt for food? I haven't eaten it yet. I noticed it was rotten. I didn't move along. Just get all the badness out now. It's daytime now. You might be never mind. Yeah. No, you can't. You can't critically fail skill checks or those sorts of skill checks. You just do. You just do really bad at them. Yeah. Yeah, that's his background. So in other words, probably not a desert or in the middle of the ocean. Maybe maybe get the Dragonborn to purify it. Okay. Um, this is this is going to probably end poorly. Um, while we've stopped and deliberating over these things, can I climb the nearest tallest tree I can find and see if I can't find a Elven city poking out the top of somewhere? Do you want me to? Do you want me to roll for something? So I can get a so if I can get above the canopy of trees that high. Okay, it's like 2 feet. Yeah, it's like 2 3 feet. It needs to be at least 2 times as high as this. Ooh, okay, okay. So if I'm trying to climb up this, I am like taking like ropes and anything else that I can take with me to help my climb because I do have pittons and 50 foot of rope, I think it was, or I've got hempen rope. So like once every like 10 feet or so, I put a pitton in, tie it off, try to scale the tree as much as I can to try and see if I can't get like a bearing on how close or far away the city is. I mean, I think it's 1d6 every 10 feet. In the forest. Half of them. Giggity. What about half elves? Nice. I would hope so. Right. How? Yeah, God. I hope I don't fall out of this tree. And Elvis. They've got Elvis here? Rishlin, I think they'll have more trouble with the half demon than they will a human. Hello? Yep. That's the point of me climbing the tree, yeah. Well, I mean that and to get a bearing on where we are. I sure as shit can. Acrobatics. Oh, baby, I cartwheel up that tree like a motherfucker. Yep. Yep. All right. Well, at that 30 feet, I hammer a piton into the tree, tie off a bit of my rope, and tie it around me so I can keep going. So if I fall, hopefully it catches me. And I, oh boy, the incy wincy spider fell down the fucking tree. That's why I tied a rope around myself so I don't die. Yep. So yep. So another pitton into the tree, tied off again, and I keep going. Oh god. Yep. No. Oh boy. Oh, I fly up the fucking tree. Da 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 da. My eyes are so acrobatic they play across the horizon. Yep. Yep. So, uh, gauging that that's more than likely what I think is the Elven City, does it look like we're heading? Well, he said I didn't have to roll a perception check, so I'm going to assume that. Yep. So, like, for my understanding, that is what I take as the Elven City, correct? Yep. So, judging from that is still northwest. If I look back to where we should have came from, does it look like we've been traveling in the right direction since we got into the forest? Yep. Okay. Yep. So I burn the image of the city into my brain. I admire the scenery and then climb back down the tree and relay the information that I gathered. So yep, I climb trees. Yeah. So yeah, so we basically were heading the right way, just slightly off. Yeah. 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 And we also know that, like, judging from what I gathered, probably won't make it there in another day, so we can camp early if need be, instead of pushing too hard. So no, we'll keep going until nightfall. It's just we know we don't have to. Like, it's not going to be like we're almost there, guys. Just push it out a couple more hours. So onward. Yeah. Yep. Um. And as we start going, can I just take a quick scan around the area to see if I can't see those the shadows again? Okay. Do you want me to roll perception? Okay. Put on the red dot scope on and just. Can I make out what they are? Damn it. Okay. I relay that information to people too as we start moving. Yeah. It was 150. It was 150 at night. So yeah, yeah. So yeah. Best case scenario, elves wondering what we're doing here. Worst case scenario, murderous rapists. Yeah. I will pull out my ruler. Yeah. He said they're up the trees. Do you have any? Well, they're nature based. So carving stuff into a tree probably not the best idea. I know that was why I said that. I'm aware. Does anybody have like a disembodied hand? Yeah, you'd have to be crazy to be a vegan. Yep. Yep. I reckon. Yeah. Still feel good. Yep. Just. Man, did you guys see that tree I climbed? It was massive. Yep. So do we want to take the same shifts as watch as we did last time? Yep. Alrighty then, let's go. Perception. That's an 18 for me. I got an 18, you got an 11. Can I, judging by the fact that it's closer, can I try to discern what it is? Uh, so yeah, yeah, investigation, survival. Yes, I would relay it straight to you. It's like I hear the thing again. Do you want me to imitate the growl of it for you to try to get what it is? It was a that investigation, perception, survival, animal handling. Can I help him and or survival? Can I help him to give him advantage? Ah, damn it. Probably. 16's not bad though. 16's bigger than 11. Uh, I see, Din. There are animals in the forest. Excellent. Yep. Watch out for trees. They're all 1 XP a hit. Oh. I think my earlier joke might come to fruition. You can still take the 1 if you want. I mean, if if we're here for like 8 hours, we still get a full rest, don't we? Like a long rest, yeah. Yeah, yeah. But like we're only like if you want to, yeah. I feel like my earlier joke was just for fun is apparently not going to be for fun. Well, if that's the end of our shift, like we've discerned maybe bear, maybe panther. Yeah, okay, damn it. Yeah, remember when I said it was either a bear or a really large owl? That was a joke. Turns out it was both of them. But they mostly come out at night. Mostly. Yeah. There's potentially owl bears. So yeah, switch shifts. We tell to Balthazar and Thorag and Hector, I guess. Watch out for owl bears. And when he does that, I turn to Thorag and go, "No, seriously, owl bears." Bigger owl bears. Nah, don't think so. Maybe. I don't remember. I mean, bears can climb trees. We'll also hear an owl swoop down, hopefully. Well, just dig yourself into a hole and bury yourself, then you'll be fine. Whoever heard of an owl digging? Is there? Oh, well, what about a burrowing bear? Is there a burrowing bear? So we give Hector all the honey because he's well rested and he can run fast. Uh, Thorag, Balthazar, and Hector, I guess. Unless Din wanted to learn anything before he went to bed. he he try he tries to survey the area, realizing his eyes were closed. These guys are us. Handle animals. Does they fly? Oh shit! Everybody up a tree. You hurt your hand. All right, let's get. I I I climb the tree and tie myself to a branch, so I don't fall out when I roll over. Hey, you can stay on the ground if you want. Just let us know when you're being eaten. He's already there. No, no, I'm going back to sleep. I'm gonna climb a tree, get on a big branch, tie myself down, and go to sleep. Can't sleep in tree. Okay. Well, yeah, same then. I'm gonna sleep under Din's tree. Um, Revan, Revan's sleep. If Revan can't sleep in a tree, he's gonna sleep under the tree that Din's in. Yup. Asleep. We're on the ground asleep. Well, you don't really have much sense when you're asleep. Eh, Everybody roll the initiative. I got a 6. Yeah, everybody that's. Oh. We couldn't sleep in a tree. It smelled dragon meat. smell through walls. Hoot hoot, motherfucker! Oh. Large. It's very large. You better not be looking at the monster manual, Balthazar. You shouldn't be doing that while you're playing. Yeah, but it's better to not know what you're fighting so that way you don't make decisions that you wouldn't normally do. Nope. That time it did. It's fussy. It is the tree of advantage. That would be a critical. Would you also have to double the 1d10 as well? Um, hey, 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 DM. When it says, in addition to the normal effect of the attack, the target of the attack and each creature within 5 feet make a dexterity saving throw. Can he aim it so it doesn't hit us? Can he like aim it here? Oh, good. In Also with the crit, would he roll the 1d10 twice for the crit? So like big, yeah. Well, it's half as much on a successful one. Yeah. But because of the crit, does he then have to roll another one? Okay. What's your spell save, Dan? So, so you take, yeah. So it's 14 plus 4. That's still a lot of damage. You basically shoot a frag grenade at him. It's a bear with an owl face. It's adorable. I mean, it'd be more adorable if it didn't have murderous rage in its eyes. Yep. Do a flip. I don't even want to think of what burnt feather and fur would smell like. hopefully it dies now. It was your watch. You weren't asleep. Who let the owlbear in? Does he? Does he get sneak attack? He's. I'm gonna leave that at one to DM's rule. Right up the pooper. Cre- cre- Creeper mode, engage. Just holding a twig in front of his face. It's like, don't see me. Ulu 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 ulu. I'm sure I already know the answer to this. Do Balthazar and I get an attack of opportunity? Damn it. We can still swing a weapon. Oh, sweet. You killed this thing yet? I'm just gonna take a nap. Huh? Huh? What? It it tried. It failed. It sounded it sounded like 3 times. So I'm awake now. Then I'm a I'm a stand up. I'm a stand up, and I'm going to use the rest of my 15 feet of movement to move here. And y'all know what time it is. The Warlock's favorite time of the night. An Eldritch Blast. 21. There's that's for four. I did 4 false damage. Finger guns. I guess for the rest of my turn, even though I'm going to say, "Hey, owl bastard, over here!" Yup. Do we? You cast spiritual weapon in space? Oh, sorry, completely misheard that. So I take it only Hector can see this. None of us can. It's sturdy fabric. It would technically be a thing, but it's only it's usually only like a square. It's just it's just so we can actually bask in his glory. It's 4. He just he just he just magically floated up in the air and got slammed down, but he saw nothing. Yes, it. You want to put the Searing Smite into chat so we can read its glory? No, that's for Rob because he got advantage. No, so it's a bonus action to cast, and on his next hit, it activates. All the smite. So, plus 1d6 for the Searing Smite. CX. And what's that? Is that 2d6 or 1d6? 2d8, okay. So that's 13 plus 15. Yeah, it's basically like you hit and you decide whether or not you want your god to punch it in the face. What's your spell save? I mean, you can look it up on your character bio, dude. You just hit the spells tab and it tells you at the top. Battle axe. So it's 7 plus 15, and then if he fails the save, he gets another 6. Solar Flare! Who wants an early breakfast? You want to purify it first? Yeah, purify food and water. We start eating the owlbear. You had to struggle to count that, didn't you? No. And after I've eaten the owlbear, I go back to sleep. It in saying that before the owlbear completely rots, can we harvest it? Yeah. He's smiting him with plants. Or a therapist, the rapist. I mean, we're going to the Temple of Donala, or we're going to the people that worship Donala. It works. In theme. So is there anything we can harvest from the owlbear, like hide, feathers, claws, beaks? Yeah, bugger. Oh. Not that we saw. So, onward to the village? Is it not morning yet? I don't know, you woke me up for something. Everyone. Literally everyone. It's a good trade off, I think. It's a re-roll, basically. Do we know? Can I scan the area to see if I can see the familiar shadows? A shadow roll perception. I see nothing. Okay. Onward then to the city of the elves. Sure. Yep. All right. So 5 minute break. Reconvene then. Hey, that actually works. Nice. Yeah, and then it opens it in an equally small window. Um, we need a Bible, man. They're thick. Hmm. I don't like this. I don't like the idea of that. Stop. Stopping. Yeah. Hands are in the air. Sure.
So, how about them owlbears, eh?
What's that?
How about them owlbears?
No, right? They're huge.
Anybody halved me on that first hit.
I wouldn't be surprised. I still found it funny that I made that joke just purely
Oh,
at random
yeah.
and it ended up being the thing. It was just the way he did the growl. I'm just like, oh, it's really weird seeing the three of them talk and no sound coming out.
Yeah, I know, right?
Goddamn owlbears.
I wonder how much health it had when I did my smites.
Probably not a whole heap.
No kill, quite like the overkill.
I mean, hey, you gotta kill it somehow, I guess.
I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna make sure this thing's dead.
Hmm.
Only thing is, though, I've got no spell slot left anymore.
I mean, yeah, that's why you don't tend to blow them all on one thing like that.
Yeah.
That's why Thorag and I only used cantrips.
I don't have any cantrips.
No, I thought I used a spell slot.
Isn't Firebolt a cantrip?
Yeah, 5 bucks a cantrip, isn't it?
Oh, it is? Okay.
I thought it was.
Hang on, I'll look.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had Thunderwave, Magic Missile, and Burning.
Yeah.
There we go.
So Firebolt's a cantrip, so you don't use a spell slot to cast it.
Nice.
They're effectively level 0 spells.
Yeah, nice. Cool, yeah. Because I only have like 2 spell slots anyway, so.
Yeah, don't worry, that's all I got.
Early levels, man.
Yeah.
Early days.
Can't wait till like. Yeah, I know, right? Seems like forever that's taken to level up. But is
How
everyone
much?
sitting at the same experience points at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be. Should be
Yeah,
1470.
we all wrote it down
Yeah,
last.
14, yeah, okay. 1470. I think he jumped out before that.
Ah,
Oh yeah, you did leave pretty quick last game. Everybody got roughly the same amount.
Yeah, so if 1470 is what we're sitting at for XPs.
Oh, I wrote 1200.
I think it was 1200, and then he gave us XP for the encounters.
Oh, okay. So what's it total?
1470.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, alright, I'm just gonna change it real quick.
I don't think we get our next level up till 2000.
Yeah, next.
Yeah, I'll put
It's
the
a-
next
it's
one
a
at
ways.
2.7. Okay, I'll be back.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna.
4 is 2,700.
Yeah. We're halfway there.
Living on a
Wait.
prayer.
Oh yeah, well then. Alright, I'll be back in a sec. I'm just gonna go.
Oh,
Look.
okay.
I can still hear you though.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Roshan, I saw that message just then, the one that you sent me before game.
Yeah,
I'm guessing
it's
Knowles.
cool.
I'm just like, oh, that's from a while ago.
I wasn't even sure if I'd sent it properly.
No, you did. It's just
I'm not used to sending actual
I heard
messages on Discord.
I heard the noise for it. I just didn't register what it was.
Yeah, man, it's all good.
So, hi, how are you all?
What? No. He sent me a message saying,
Ah.
Knowles, I guess.
I sort of play guesses with what shit
So-
is before it shows up. But
basically, you guys have seen Hector and in talking to like these. There's one main elf
Elf.
dude sort of thing. Elf. And
Oh,
he's
I
got
missed
two
this a
buddies
bit.
sort of standing next to him with their bows drawn, standing just by their side, sort of thing. But there's a lot more pointed at you, and they're sort of just talking in Elvish, and you're not too sure, but they've actually pointed at Balthazar and Revan and Thorak, just sort of like pointing you guys out, and they just like have disgusted looks on their faces. Hector seems to be doing most of the talking. Din sort of shied away away from the conversation a little bit, but he keeps sort of butting in, and the elves don't seem to be. They seem to be sort of friendly, but they're very wary at them. We'll jump back into the other two.
Oh, hang on, are we going back in?
Yep.
Bye.
I hope they know I'm not edible.
This is Reddit post.
I keep thinking to myself, it's like if I use Mask of Many Faces to change myself to look like an elf, it's like that probably won't go over too well now that they're here.
Hmm.
What is this subreddit? Hector's posted. Dear God.
So how good is everyone at lip reading?
I feel like
Oh,
I'm about
no.
to get absolutely massacred.
Oops.
Just don't take any aggressive movements.
Their eyesight is based on movement.
No, don't make a move.
Can I slowly back away?
Ruslan tries to hide in the shadows of a tree.
Come out!
Hide next to an elf.
Just
Just hide next to an elf.
oh, sorry, was this tree taken? My bad. I'll go to the.
I was gonna say my character's probably just standing, arms crossed, leaning against a tree, just watching everything, just shaking his head, going.
I'm not gonna lie with that tree.
You prick.
I'm not gonna lie with that tree climbing thing. I'm pretty sure I would have broken the branches.
I was expecting to fall and break my neck.
Well, I was looking at it before. I weigh 300 pounds,
It could have been a big tree.
and I've got to carry weight. Oh, I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
its total weight.
It's funny because I'm sitting here going, all right, everything's in pounds, everything's in feet.
Yeah.
Unit of measurement.
I was
He's like,
I was
it's
expecting
a
to
10
die from
foot
that
fall.
tree.
I was like, 10 feet's not that far.
Well, 10
Wait.
feet's two of you. Give or take
Who's on the clock?
Yeah, but then
What
he
was
uses
that?
big numbers, and it's like, it doesn't sound like much.
Well,
but
let's put it
it's
this
a
way:
lot.
if it was a 50-foot tree and it was 1d6 by 10 feet, that would be 5d6. That has the potential to kill me.
Outright.
I almost want
Nearly.
to roll that out of curiosity. Maybe I will. Oh, there's an advanced.
It would have to get 38. It'd have to be above
Ah.
38 to kill me outright.
Was
Um,
it 10 feet fall, and it was 50 feet high, so 5d6.
So it's 1d6 for every 10 feet.
Yeah, so it's 5d6 then.
Yeah.
What is it? 20.
That would knock me unconscious.
Oh, damn.
I wouldn't be dead. I would be unconscious.
Just curious.
You know, you can roll that as
Hard
like
duty.
as in don't show people ones, right?
No,
mean,
I haven't
maybe
figured that out
maybe you
yet.
can't on this one.
I think you can. Should be able to.
I'm sure I could. It's probably under advanced.
No, it's like a whisper roll or something.
Oh, that's fine when you're ready. Just bring them in. Just knock it.
Or you could just like grab the dice and rolled it 6 times or 5 times.
I was just thinking if because it was 5, I was like, I can roll a max of 5. Just a quick look.
Yeah, that would kill me.
Actually, looking at those numbers, it's not a terrible roll.
No, it's not. It's still enough to kill me though.
2 5s and a 6.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I did
TM's gonna come back. What the hell are you guys doing?
that was by accident. I was clicking through a menu.
Actually, you know when
so
you
while this is all happening, there's been quite a heat. Hector and Din and this guy. It's getting. You guys are a little unsure about the custom, how they're supposed to be speaking. to each
Did
other.
it seem heated between Din and Hector, or between?
Yeah.
Hector and this other elf guy seem to be sort of like on good terms with each other, sort of like back in conversation, quite friendly. Din seems to be taking quite an anti-social approach.
Bit defensive.
I only have 10 charisma.
Bit defensive sort of thing. The other guy seems to have sort of shrugged Din off a little bit as to like say, like doesn't really want to talk to Din.
So, Din is being kind of racist.
You're not sure who the racist is. Let's
I mean,
say that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're being racist. But
Okay.
what are you going to do?
Yeah, like you guys are free to converse with each other now because you.
Yeah, I
if you
don't know.
guys
They
want
think they're
to
too
enter-
good for you.
If you guys want to enter the city, we all have to go in unarmed. Otherwise, only myself and Dean can enter the city.
I mean, technically, okay. Well, so no, I'm fine with that because technically, all they'd see on me is a couple of daggers at my belt and a shield.
You do realize that they are taking away all of our weapons.
Yeah. Again,
just
all-
our weapons.
No, they're
All they
not.
would see
Our
on me,
weapons.
all they'd see on
Okay.
me currently is a couple of daggers and a shield.
Well, if you want to go in the city, you have to go on.
What are we going to the city
Custom.
for again?
We need to gather information.
Oh, right. Well, it's only information
We're
gathering.
heading straight to the temple, for starters.
If we're only
That's where
there for
we're staying.
information, we don't need our weapons, do we?
No,
Really?
that's why this is okay.
So I think I'm pretty happy with that.
Richland?
So I
Thorag, Richland.
What?
Yeah, right.
Are you okay with going into Le City unarmed?
Not
If you're not, you
particularly,
guys
but-
can wait out here.
no, I'm happy to go in. I want
You're
to check
happy
it
to
out.
go in?
I'm fine with that.
I want to check it out.
Richland pulls out his short sword, pulls out his short bow, pulls out his quiver, counts each individual arrow before setting them down.
Yeah, so that's for me. That's two daggers and a hand axe.
Okay.
Just so that everyone's aware, Richland's still a little bitch that runs away.
Yes.
So do I have to give up my shield?
Oh yeah. Do we have to?
You what?
My shield as well?
Yeah, you can't Captain America that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and the
Shields, swords, bows, daggers, maces,
Basically,
guns, anything that can be used to bludgeon a person that is not
All right,
physically
everyone shut up
attacked
when the GM's
or
talking.
fucking hands.
Yeah. So
What
basically,
about my rope?
you guys
What if
all
people
agree.
want to strangle some elves?
Yeah, well, you can strangle because they're not going to cut your hands off. But anyway, so they're like, okay, they see that you guys are in agreement, and they're like, okay, cool. They're all sort of like nodding, and you hear that, like, the strings of bows sort of just like thing. There's a sort of a rustling in the trees, on top of you. These 3 elves sort of like lead you to, it's like a really big, thick, chunky tree. Just let me read my notes.
thick with 2 C's or 3.
Of course. Two C's and a X.
Victory. Oh.
So basically, you go in front of. I don't know whether I added. So you basically go into this large tree, and it's a big engraved door. It's cut out into the tree, and there's like a spiral staircase going up. Just
Who is
before,
clicking
sorry,
like
so
a
you go up
psycho?
to this spiral staircase, and you come up to the top. But here they basically pat everybody down, and just do a quick check on everybody. They take all of your weapons, your shields, swords, bows, arrows, daggers, all that kind of stuff.
That's my tail. It's attached.
Yes, they sort of just take all this, and they're all really friendly sort of thing. They seem to be genuinely welcoming to you guys.
Oh, excellent.
They take all of that off you. Revan, can you roll an Arcana, please?
I certainly can. Arcana. That's a big old 19, puppy.
All right. So basically, these guys are scaring over you, and they're actually.
Can you say that again?
You
Cut
can't.
out.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
can't.
They're scanning over everyone, like with groups, sort of like with their eyes, just having a searching for magical items on people. And you sort of like brush your hand, just sort of like inside your robe, and through your magical ability, you sort of like conceal your ring, and they don't notice. And so you get into the city with your ring still in your hand.
Yep. What about the chime of opening?
It's sort of in the backpack. They see that and they take that.
Damn it!
So they actually take all magical items as well, except you still retain your ring.
Nice.
What about Miss Elizabeth?
She gone.
They actually let you pass with that,
Ah, dang.
He pulls a Gandalf. You
as
wouldn't
they
pass
see
an
that
old
as
man
more of
from
like
his
your,
walking stick.
as more of
Fuck
a religious
you,
item.
Revan!
I just flip him off and keep walking.
Yeah. So basically, you've come up to the top of this staircase. They've taken all your weapons. Welcome to Faluna. Like sort of like in a little bit of broken common. They do understand a little. They basically welcome you into the city. And so inside, you've gone up, and the staircase has gone up about 50 feet, and it's breached the top of the canopy. So when you've exited this tree, the city's revealed to be a collection of like large trees, all a similar size and connected with intricate and beautifully crafted wooden platform, like a wooden platform system. And it's sort of like Gucci Ewoks sort of thing.
Like an Ewok village.
Yeah, but it's all like Gucci. Like everything's like carved and beautiful. So like the buildings and trees are arranged in different colors, species of trees. Some of them are like even taller than the canopy, and like some that could probably see like the whole forest and surrounding mountain ranges. And like all of the handrails and vines are like beautiful. And every like 15 foot, these like little paths are topped with like warm glowing lanterns. It's a really like beautiful, natural looking city, and some like you guys are really taken back. Like, wow, this is a nice place to be. Just a second.
I feel at home.
Yeah, so Hector, you're definitely like sort of, you feel good about where you are at the moment. Even Din, you're sort of like warming up to. Well, I'm not going to tell you how you feel as a character, but you know, you're just like, this is, even you're sort of like, this is nice. You know?
I can see that this is different to where I grew up.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
different
you sort of
sort
get,
of
like
forest.
most of you have kind of got the feel that these elves are a bit more accepting of people.
I'm gonna go to the temple.
It's
I'll tell you what, if
9:20.
this storyline ends with me crying, I'm going to be,
I'm going to
okay with it?
I'm going to go to the temple so I may draw my pilgrimage.
Okay. It's 9:20 now. Do you guys want to break there, seeing as though we're just... I know we haven't done a lot of combat, but as far as like, I'm happy to go for another 40 minutes. We can run with whatever you guys want to do.
Well,
we
if
just
people
might
need
not
to
finish
start
it.
going, this is a pretty good stopping point.
it's just a good stopping point. But if people
Yeah.
want to go for another half hour, then
I can go for another half.
Where are we gonna stay? In the city.
I'm staying at the temple because I've got Shelter of the Faithful. I get free
I-
lodging and free healing.
I'm
at-
guessing Harp and
Temples.
Arrows is an inn. Yeah?
I don't know.
We would have to look around.
Come on, Revan, let's go for a walk around the city.
All right.
Let's
I'm
go-
going to tell the party that I'm planning on going to the temple. That's what I'm doing, and that is for a pilgrimage for myself. If anyone else wants to come along with me, they're more than welcome to. But that's my first stop.
Well, I would not feel it appropriate for myself personally.
As another person of religion.
Not of that religion, though.
So,
Do we even
You-
know what religion you are, Balthazar?
Devoted follower of Muhammad.
Our
He said-
characters
he
probably
says with a
don't,
question
but
mark.
My character does know what religion he's from, and
DM, what time of the day is it? Do we know?
It's let's go with it's late
Late
afternoon.
afternoon, wasn't it?
Late
Yeah.
afternoon?
Yeah, the sun's sort of going down and all. Make,
So I think, like, are we being guarded here, or are we free to roam around the city?
all the guys, the 3 guys that are escorting up the staircase and to these other like guards and like robed dudes who took all your stuff. They've sort of like walked with you into the entrance of the city, and from there they've sort of just like they've like urged you to sort of like go and explore sort of thing. And
Right.
they've just said, you know, like welcome to Falun. So they're probably like about here.
Yep. So I take it this would probably be a good point to try to gather all the information we can, where we can. So, that is a very nice picture.
That's what
Thanks.
I'm going to use that picture. That's what it looks like. That's pretty much it.
So
Huge
If-
Ewoks.
if Hector is going to the temple, should somebody go with him, and the rest of us split up to other parts of the city to try and get as much information as we can?
I want to go to the pub.
I'm going to go to the market.
I'm keen to go to the pub.
I'll also go to the market.
Who's going to the market?
Hello.
Balthazar and Revan.
Richland, what are you doing?
Being
I'll
fucking
go
shifty,
to
you
the
little
market.
bitch.
Why
That's what he's doing.
So 3 people are going to the market, 1 person's going to the temple, and 2 people are going to the pub.
2 people are trying to find a pub.
Yeah, we're gonna go try and find a pub.
Okay, so
You speak Orcish, right, Horeg?
Yeah, sure do.
Alright.
It's
okay, so
useless
let's
here,
go
isn't it?
with Din and Thorag
I speak
kind of, like,
Orcish.
wander off. Hector's sort of like, you guys, fuck you guys, I'm going to the temple. You guys can explore, do whatever you want. Hector sort of like stormed off in his nice little high elf sort of way.
Hey, actor.
Rich, so what are you
Daintily.
doing?
Let us know what you find out.
Oh, I'm not going to research things. I'm literally doing my
Richland,
Well,
where
my-
are you going?
Yeah.
Richland.
We're going to the markets just to
Okay.
sort of look around, see what
Alright.
shops and stuff there are, and
Okay, so the non-elf speakers have gone off to wander around the market,
Yep.
and Din and Thorag are sort of like, alright, well, you know, let's go start at the pub sort of thing. So you wander around, and Din sort of asks a few people, like, oh, you know, where's the local tavern sort of thing, like, we're just a bit parched sort of thing. And, where am I at? Stupid notes. Oh man, I've got a full page for this. So yeah, you sort of like wander, and people point you to this sort of like big, beautiful looking tree sort of thing. So all of the buildings and rooms and houses, just everything is just followed into all the trees. But you guys come across with some direction a sign that looks like this. And Din sort of reads it and knows that this is Harp and Arrows, the tavern that everybody. It's so it's sort of located in a tree, like all the other buildings inside the city. The outside of the tree is a dark ebony color, deep grained bark. The front door is a rich blue color with exquisite silver trimmings, and all the windows that dot the trunk chink. And that's what you can see from the outside. I don't know how to run this. Cool. All right. Basically, you guys go in, and you're greeted by the bartender. Hector, meanwhile, has gone to the temple. So Hector, you've gone to the tree, and it's a lighter color. The edges of the bark are really smooth, and all the trimmings, almost like a white wood. They're very raw looking, and you look inside, and it's very light inside as well. The whole thing looks fresh, and it's just got this. So you walk inside, and there's sort of like a main level, and it's got a sort of like in the middle of a patch of dirt, and this like dirt, there's like a small miniature tree. Encircling that are like jagged rocks that make up sort of like a small little stream that flows around this tree as well, around this patch of dirt, sorry. And that's like at the central sort of temple.
Yep.
Off to one side of the room, there's sort of like another jagged circle, and it's got a like just a pool of water in it. And then onto the other side, you've got like a jagged sort of like pile of rocks, sort of like that's just in the shape of the mountain. And these are sort of a bit smaller than this miniature tree in the main side.
Bless you.
In the main.
I go and change into my pilgrimage robes.
Sorry.
I go get changed in my pilgrimage.
Pilgrims.
Yeah, this is a pilgrimage. I have to. If I'm going to go and give my temple, I need to.
Yeah. Okay. So you sort of like got changed in a corner somewhere, I guess. But yeah, you've seen that this. You already know because religious do that this center one is Denala, like that tree growing out of that dirt is for Denala. The pool to the right side, let's say, is for Swide, and the mountain of rocks is for Dry. They're like small symbolic temples sort of thing. More like a little prayer altar.
So I walk into the altar of Joya, which is the one that's shaped like a jagged rocks, and there I do the pilgrimage ritual. For the pilgrimage ritual is that I get down on one knee and I take out the offering that I would give Joy, and Joy's offering is a small bottle of oil. And the oil comes in a small jar, and I drop one drop of oil onto the rocks to represent my bond with him and myself as one, as follower to leader.
Is that lube?
No, it's scented oil.
Okay.
It's scented oil that's made from wax.
As you were.
As I drop the oil onto there, I say the chant of my people, which in this is the song "Do You Like Pina Coladas?" And I pray in reverence, for I am blessed that I am his follower and that I can bring his gospel to my people.
Alright, so as soon as you sort of finish this done, you feel like a slight hand on your shoulder, and just in a really soft voice, a female voice, is her say, welcome to city of Faluna, my child. She's like, I don't mean to interrupt your prayer, but I heard you might be one of the travelers that has come to the city. and she looks like this.
Nice.
She's very, very beautiful. As far as elves go,
Surprised it's not a photo of you.
of me.
Just your face on there.
I would have. That would
Very
be great.
beautiful.
I'll definitely play that into the future. But she looks like she's sort of at a mature age, sort of thing, like mature age elves. That is like 200 years old.
Yep.
But
So there's grass on the wicket.
she's very beautiful. If the other guys saw her, they'd probably give her like a 10 out of 10. But you're a proper high elf, so you'd probably give her like an, I guess.
About a 6.
About a 6. So yeah, so
Supposed to be descended from Denala or something, right?
yeah. Well, from the history that Hector did before, he knows that she's meant to be a direct descendant of Denala. And she basically just asks if you're finished praying.
Yes, my ritual is almost done. I light the candle placed in front and get up.
Yeah. She sort of like she helps you gracefully up, even though she knows you don't need it. She's sort of like really nurturing. What brings you to the city?
Well, for 2 reasons. The first is, as you can see, I'm on, and as on the Eternal Pilgrimage, whenever I come across a shrine to my god, I must go in the ritual to show my devotion to him and to the other followers of my religion.
Mhm.
The second reason is the fact that we're here to look at the sickness that is rotten in this forest, and we want to figure out a way to stop it as an evil god and his demigod are trying to.
She's sort of like taken back by sort of like she noticed that you've tried to be really polite, I guess. She's still a little taken back that you've sort of been forward with the matter, because everybody in the city is sort of, they know this has all been happening, but it's outside the city. Like, the city is still beautiful, and they don't care too much about it. But she's really worried. So you coming straight forward and saying that's kind of taken her back. She's like, yes, quite a few of us know about this sickness, but we're not sure why the forest is like this. Okay, I'm just reading this chat. Yeah, so she's like, have you heard anything? Do you know why the forest is like this? Oh man, that's
Oh, that's gold.
Oh, fuck me!
So
I took that photo. When did I take that photo?
Oh man,
2011. I knew
Yeah,
back then
that's
I was good. That was going to come out somewhere.
that's my 21st.
Fucking hell.
All right. Okay, so she's basically just asked you, like, do you know what this could have been?
it's so what we've heard is that it is, so what we know from the kingdom from down below is that the demigod Skoxes and the god Leeska seem to be the ones that are their followers are the ones that seem to be causing this the rot that is happening in the ground below, and that while the protection of Denala is given in certain areas of worship, that the strain that it would be causing her and her followers are causing the rot to take more each day. And we're here to try and find a way where we can stop this, whether it be killing Denala, killing the Esker or Skakix, or banishing them to another realm, or binding them so that way they may never cause harm.
I don't think
Um,
we're quite cut out for killing Leska.
Yeah, she's like, I know Laska, but this Skux you speak of, it does not. It sounds familiar, but I'm not well versed in who that is or what that is. That's sort of beyond my knowledge. He
So,
says, if there is anything that I can do to help, I'll more than gladly help. I mean, whatever I can do within my power. I guess I can go and do some research into what this Skux is. If this is a thing that's causing the whole forest, it's causing a strain on the whole ecosystem. You know, the forest is dying, and it's only a matter of time before this whole city collapses in turmoil. You know, this corruption.
may I join you in research?
She sort of smiles at you, and she says, "Fortunately, the Holy Library is only open to itself. No one is allowed in there. It's a place of meditation and research for only the High Priestess of Valuna."
May I roll a persuasion check to see if I can persuade to come and research in the...
Yes, you can.
Hold on. Nat 20.
Holy shit. Okay. She smiles, and she's like, "Ah, a fuller of Jirai. I know what you boys are like." And she sort of like, she says, "I'm not meant to do this, but I will." And she sort of like takes your hand and sort of leads you, sort of like up a spiral staircase, and it goes up to sort of like a big overlooking room, and it's just got like heaps of books, man. There's just like thousands and thousands of books, and she sort of like gets a bit of a giddy, sort of like excited smile, and she's like, "I love reading the sacred scriptures up here alone. It's finally nice to do it with someone that cares so much about religion as me." And she sort of like takes your hand and then sits you down at like this little like table. She's like, "I know there's got to be some books about this around here somewhere."
Sure. I'll start with alchemy and I'll start with religious history of Esker and see if we can find something.
Okay, so that's sort of like where we'll cut away from you.
Yep.
We'll go to the Munchkins who are exploring the markets.
Meanwhile, Dorag and I are shit-faced.
No, you've only just sort of like entered the door. This is sort of like a like a non sort of like linear storytelling.
So as Rishlin, Balthazar, and I are walking down the market, I go, "You know, I just realized something.
What's that?
None of us can speak Elven."
Yeah, I was thinking that, but surely someone here.
Do we really have to?
Well, it's kind of hard to get information without being able to talk to somebody.
Look, I can speak Draconic, Common, and Dwarven, so I'm sure we can come to someone.
We're assuming they just don't speak common.
You're assuming they'll speak to you at all.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like three non-elves. Look around the
Dragon man, a half demon, and a human. This sounds like
We'll
a
be
setup for a
fine.
bad joke.
You guys
Maybe we
just
should
sort
have
of
went to the
like
bar.
While we're walking
You
around-
guys should have gone to the bar.
Okay, hold up. While we're walking around, can I take a look and see just how many people are actually watching us walk down the street?
yeah, roll a perception check.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast.
You walk into a low-hanging door, low-hanging sign.
I can't believe that.
2-1.
That one.
Yeah. Look, you're
So
having
you
a hard
walk
time.
into a door.
You're having a hard time looking at yourself, let alone knowing if other people. And from this, you've kind of just confused yourself.
I'm too distracted by the city. It's something I've never seen before.
Yeah, this is something different for you, man. You just sort of
Just
like,
stuff.
you just like looking around. I'll tell you what you guys actually see when you're walking through. So, the market district is sort of like it's a collection of smaller trees scattered close to one another, and they'll have like all of the trees are connected by like kind of like silk banners going on top, and just sort of like really, it looks really festive. Painted with like bright colors, and each tree has like 2 entrances to form a walkway through like the center of the tree, and then on each side of that is the actual stall for whatever they're selling, sort of thing.
So, do any of them look like they're a library or a bookstore of sorts?
You guys are kind of just taken back, and there's just a lot of people looking at you. There's music playing, sort of thing, but like you guys aren't really sure what.
Hey, look
Like
at me. And I
You
look
get a general idea of what the stores are, and you do come across a bookstore.
Can I go up to it and politely inquire, hello, is anybody that's common?
He doesn't speak any common, but he's understands. He's just sort of like welcome, sort of thing. Like he's just smiling, sort of thing, all happy.
So he doesn't speak common?
Not really, but he's sort of like book, buy book.
doesn't speak common, but buy book.
Can I pick a random store?
Everyone speaks broken common sort of thing.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, can I pick a random store and just walk up to someone who's like, "Do you speak common?"
And then I follow it up.
Common.
Okay.
Hang on, can I just follow up with something else on the question?
What?
I was going to say, do you speak common? Then in Dwarvish I say Dwarfish. Draconic, and I say that.
When you ask him in Draconic, he sort of looks really offended.
That one's out. Draconic's out. Guys, do not speak Draconic.
Thank
Feels
God
like,
I didn't ask him in Infernal.
If only the Elvish city, the people in it spoke Elvish.
Oh, dear.
How many languages do you speak?
3.
There you go.
Yeah, but not everyone's a awesome adventurer like you guys.
Okay. I know this
I
is
mean,
gonna
if
be a long
it's a
shot, but-
competition,
No, it's not a competition. It was just a general thing of shit.
But,
I hope this works.
Can we see any like guard? Is there any guards about?
Guards.
Especially kind of come
Roll a
and
you've already rolled a perception check. No, you don't see any guards.
Can I roll a perception check to see if there are any guards?
I mean,
technically, yeah.
You can, I guess.
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know. Man. I was just looking to see how many people were looking at us. I wasn't specifically looking for guards there.
Nat 20.
That equals out.
Yeah, so Revan notices that there are sort of like taps on Russell and Balthazar's shoulders and just sort of points to them.
I see
every
through
sort of like
walls.
I see everything. So, like, every sort of like 50 feet, there's like sort of like scouts all placed above most of the trees. Like they have like little rooftops, and it's basically like the whole city is sort of guarded with snipers, sort of thing. Not like snipers, but you know, like they're kind of just like sort of chilling up there.
On high walkways.
Yeah, they're not like on high alert or anything, but they're sort of like, you know, they're there, sort of thing. And they are keeping a good eye on you guys because, let's face it, you don't really belong here.
So while I'm in this little library
I can
thing,
make
can I,
it look like I belong.
I was gonna say, I was just thinking if anybody's gonna speak common, it's probably gonna be the guard. Maybe we could ask one of them for some help.
well, I'm in the library thing. So I would like to try and roll a perception check or investigation, actually, just to try and see if I can find a book that are relating to the demigod and all that kind of thing.
Dictionary for Elvish.
Or a translation.
As you're looking, you sort of notice that most of they have on it. It's all written in Elvish anyway, but judging by the pictures, it's sort of just like it's not a, how do I say? It's not like a. They're all just like fun, like storybooks. They're not educational. They're not historic. They're not really.
Okay.
In any way.
Well, Richlin, out of the two of us, you look less evil. Be my guest and go talk to the guard.
Okay. So is there any? You said they're up on the like some walkways or some catwalks. Is there any guards actually nearby?
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah.
Hail!
Okay,
Hail!
I'll just slowly make my way over to the nearest guard, looking friendly and sort of give a small wave.
Yep.
Just
So he sort of like waits for you to approach and sort of steps forward to you. He sort of smiles and he looks friendly. So like looks at you and then he's like shouting over to who's sort of like looking confused, and he comes over and he comes over. He's like, "Hi, welcome to Faluna."
hi. This is a great city you've got here. I'm really impressed by it, to be honest. New here and just sort of looking around. Do you have any good shops you recommend to go check out?
Well, actually, we have quite a big selection of shops. Look, there's not too many people here that speak Common or any other languages other than Elvish. Look, there are a lot of markets here. There's a few weapon stores, potion stores, magic stores. There's everything here. Where would you like to go? What can I help you with?
Weapon stores sound really good, but I am a little curious about that. When we first came in, they confiscated our weapons. If we purchase a new weapon, what do we do? Do we turn that over to somebody and they hold on till we leave, or?
What we'll do is once you buy that weapon, we'll note that down, and they'll probably call one of us guards to pick it up and put it up with the rest of your weapons for you to pick.
Okay, and if we're gonna spend a fair bit of time in the city, is there anywhere that has like some jobs or just a place we can maybe earn a little coin, or if we
Well,
needed to find some information?
to be honest, there's not a great deal here. This is more of a city of luxury and pleasure. I mean, us guards are pretty much the only way to make coin here. I mean, you can always go to dishes if you like, white tables, or you might be able to find jobs going at the barracks. There's always, troubles going off in the forest, especially lately. There's always seems to be something happening.
Yeah, well, as you can see, we are a sort of a adventuring group, so maybe some chores from the barracks would be a good way to build a bit of trust with the
Yes,
city
look,
guard.
I'd speak to the colonel lieutenant there, and he might be able to help. He does speak. He might have a few odd jobs for you.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
What
I
was
can't
his
really
name?
help you. His name. Let me think. And he's scratching his little pointy chin, and
You've forgotten your superior officer's name? For shame.
He just knows so many people that
It's a paladin.
His name is Reese Adrin.
Can I get you to type that into chat so I know how to spell it?
Yep.
Thank you.
Nope. I was wrong.
That's why I didn't even try.
I'd like to exit my little bookstore now and meet back up with Revan and Rishlin.
Okay. Thank you very much for your help, and go check out some more of this amazing city.
Get directions to the magic and weapon shop.
Well, he pointed to it, I'm assuming, when he said there's a weapon store.
He points. He says, "Yeah, it's you boys might like a bit of the magic," and he sort of like points you in the direction. It's on the far outskirts of the market store, and he's points you into the right direction.
Cool. All right. Well, I head back to Balthazar and Revan and tell them what he told me, basically.
Oh, yeah, what did you find out? But yeah, I assume then we're making our way to the weapon store first then?
I mentioned about the weapon store and the magic store and the fact that if we do buy something, the guard will confiscate it basically until we leave.
Oh, excellent.
And I also mentioned the Captain Reese.
Colonel.
Colonel?
Lieutenant Colonel, wasn't it?
So Commander Reese, then we'll call him Commander. Commander Reese might have some jobs and stuff that we can do to earn some money and maybe a bit of trust.
Ah, good.
So, weapon shop then?
Weapon shop.
Yeah, so you guys walk to one of the trees and you go into. So like a smiley sort of elf there. Elf. He's an elf. He's sort of like friendly. Doesn't really. He speaks broken common, so he's sort of like he knows what he's selling and he knows how much to charge. But other than that, he can't really tell you much more.
Good sword for you, $5.
He's
Fetching kind, sir.
You 5,000 gold.
Ass.
he's sort of asking like what would you like? What would you like? I'll see if I have it available.
Does he have any good short bows or crossbows or anything like that?
Oh, look at that underarm shot.
Is there like a weapons display?
Yeah, so he's sort of. It's my pen lid. He's sort of looking at the weapons display, and on one side you've got like your normal traditional weapons. On another side, you've got your ranged weapon. And you sort of see there's like a few blowguns there. There's a hand crossbow, and just a generic sort of longbow. And on the other side with the weapons, you've got like a trident, a war pick, a maul, and a halberd. Sort of like on display. There's with the weapons, nothing seems to be as far as like they don't look to be in excellent quality. Yeah.
So
And
there's
they-
nothing that
They
looks
look
like
well
it's better
made,
than
but
our equipment.
nothing special.
No, it's not. There's nothing special. It's more of like buys. Just anybody would try to sort of buy. There's nothing like sort of bounces out at you. This the city strikes you as sort of peaceful city at that. Most of these almost seem ornamental.
What about armor?
It's in a different store.
Can I head towards the armor shop then?
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, kind of.
we'll say thank you, and
Yeah, thank you.
after looking around for a little while, and turn and leave.
Yep. So you go into the armor. The only things they really have there are just like hide mail, studded leather, and sort of like your padded or normal leather armor. There is sort of like an ornate shield made out of it's sort of just be like really like different sort of like woods that go down it, and it's really nicely polished. Doesn't look like it would stop much, but yeah, it's just a really nice wooden shield.
I might ask how much the studded leather armor is.
Yeah, so he just kind of like pulls it down off the wall, and he's asking you if this is. You're like, yep, that looks good. And he says 50 gold piece.
Does that seem like a fair deal? 50 gold?
You could try to check him for it.
Well, I was just asking. I would assume the DM would tell me whether to roll an insight check.
He seems to think it's a good price.
Do you want to run an inside check to see if he's being ripped off?
Yeah, that's basically it. It's just like,
Sure.
oh, well, sure, why
No,
not?
you could do it. Roll an insight.
Roll it. 16.
Look, you think it's a little expensive for what it is, but considering these guys are,
Okay.
it's got to make a living somehow, and it doesn't seem to be marked up by much. It's just a little bit extra. If you really wanted it, you'd pay for it.
I'll think about it.
He'll take it.
I'll think about it.
Yes, I think I will also. The shield didn't seem like it had any special qualities or anything. It's just a wood shield.
Just a normal shield, is it?
Yeah, it's not just one big special shield up there. It's like they've got like 30 of them. 30 of them up there. Like they might just hang them in their houses or something.
All right.
Oh,
So I turned to the guys like,
this seems like a bust.
magic shop then?
Sure.
Okay, so you guys sort of like wander over to the magics, and there's like strange smells and all that kind of thing coming from. And you sort of go in there, and there's sort of like it looks like a bit of a dim-witted elf, really like.
Ah, finally, my people.
And he sees you walk in, and he doesn't really acknowledge you. He's sort of
Enchantment.
like, and then he goes, "Hello," and you like sort of know that that's Elvish for hello, but really like sort of like slurring his words, and he doesn't seem to be all there.
He thinks he's been tasting too many of his potions.
But he's sort of like confusing, and he leans over, and he sort of urges you forward, and then he reaches underneath the bench, and then he pulls up this little gnome, and this gnome in common. He's like, "Hello, welcome to my store."
Pocket gnome.
I've got one. Hello, how's it going?
That's where we'll move on to
Yeah,
Din and Thorag.
fair enough.
Oh dear God.
What have we done?
Alright, so we're going in?
Yep, sounds good. Is this the
Right.
last bit? Because I've kind of got to head off pretty soon. So
Yeah, well, we can cut it there and pick it up next time, because you guys are sort of just walking into the tavern, and we can.
yeah.
Good place to stop as any. Otherwise, I don't know
Yeah.
how long you guys will spend in there.
Mm.
I figure everyone's going to end up
Yeah.
probably meeting us here at the end
I was
anyway.
gonna say,
Yeah.
once we were done at the magic store, I was basically gonna say, look, we should probably look for the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
Alright.
I'm happy to call it there, guys. I
Yeah.
go out to sea for another 2.5 months. So,
Yeah.
if I can get a hotel pan on a Sunday night, I will.
Cool.
No,
Well,
no, it's okay.
Other than that,
When do you go?
Tuesday.
Oh, right. Okay.
yeesh.
Yeah.
So will you get to see any of the rugby games? Are you going to see the AFL final? That's the big.
If we get reception, I
Yeah.
will. But the rugby league, probably not. Like a lot of the guys are like, get tickets for this. Went to have a look. Like as soon as we knew we were going to be there, and they're all
Alright.
sold out.
Well, considering we're
shit.
cutting it, I'm gonna